Hello. Right, we should all be good. Yeah, sorry about the delay. The development server needed a complete reboot. She can be slow sometimes. I think we are all good. I'm still getting over my cold, so I apologise if I'm coughing and destroying your speakers. So yeah, can't remember where we left it off last time. Showing bits and pieces. So since last week, I'm not sure. I've been working on some more stuff for the player base and some new scanning stuff for in space. By the way, is my voice volume and music all right, or are they unbalanced? Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Alright, cool, thank you. Yeah, so let's just jump straight into space and do some stuff. So yeah, on the last stream, the AI was really wonky and kept bashing into everything. And I feel like I've solved that now. I feel like I've solved it now. I might not have solved it now. So we'll see. Let's just jump somewhere and have a little look around. Go gadget, warp drive. I've also got my chat on a different monitor, so if I don't see you chatting for a while, it's just because I'm not looking around and I'm shooting stuff. So in terms of space, not a lot of changes since last week, as I say. Ships should just be fixed and they should maneuver around stuff. One of the things I have been working on is interacting with objects in the world. So like, obviously you can go up and you can shoot ships and you can mine stuff and you can dock at places, but I wanted something where you could like scan ships or scan debris and interact with stuff that way. So for example, you might come across a bit of debris in space that you scan and it gives you a little bit of like lore or a hint about a new mission and stuff like that. So if I fly up to, let's say, this bit of derelict destroyer over here, I should be able to scan it. Now I did have the scanner as like an extra turret, which is why you've got this little broken bit down here, but it didn't really work. I'm going to figure out something else for it, like maybe some kind of contextual display that comes up when you click on something. We'll see. Also, my ship's really slow at the minute because I've got no engine. Have I actually got any sound on? I can't hear anything. Is there any game sound playing at the minute? Can't hear game sounds. Yeah, that's being weird. How very strange. Might need a restart. I don't know. You can just do it with. Oh, there you go. There's some volume. Yeah, maybe I've messed something up with the sound. I'll give it a little restart later in the stream and see if we can get the sound effects back. They're not that important. It's not that important. Yeah, so what happened just then was I was scanning this. Ignore the effect, but this was just this progress. So I can go up to this derelict destroyer, run a little scan on it, and it might give me some information on something or another. Yeah, so you can see the ships are flying around a bit better now. Those little dudes over there, flying around in their wing, doing their stuff. You can see they are kind of sticking together now and behaving nicely, not like last time. So yeah, scanning stuff's new, not finished, obviously, so there's not really a lot to show you on that. And the other main thing that was new was working on the base stuff. So this was obviously all rubbish before, last week. So I'm just adding in some windows for your inventory. This is inventory that's stored at your base. And this is also inventory which is shared between your characters. Your base inventory can be shared. It's where drones drop off their stuff. Talking of drones, yes, I did a bit more work on the drones. Chat's died because my other laptop's going real slow, so I can't see chat at the minute. We'll wait for that to come back. So drones in AQ1 obviously will just kind of dispatch here and you get some resources, and that's about it. So I was trying to make them a bit more advanced in AQ2, so this is progress so far. So you will scan oh dear. Is that not scanning? Come on. Check if this is connected. Press timeout. Cool. Cool. Because that's the thing that I was testing today. And yeah, I've lost chat. My other laptop's playing up. I don't know if it's my internet at the minute. Oh, no, it's coming back. It's coming back. Right, well, let's ignore that. Let's ignore that that's not working. I'll try and sort that out later. But all it would do is refresh this list here. So, yeah, you can see asteroid fields, nebulas, anomalies, unknown signals there. Some of the things do stuff like AQ1, so you can send your drones off to an asteroid field and they'll just bring back ores for the base. Unknown signals will give you potentially a random mission, so it might pop up like a wormhole on the map and you can go there and start a little mission chain. Same with anomalies, could be a wormhole or like a drone event or a Xeno thing or something like that. So the drones themselves will be able to do more than just bring back resources. Change the awful yellow-orange colour zone. I don't know what that means. Oh, do you mean the whole background? Oh, this thing. If you're talking about this, yeah, that's hideous. That's to do. That's all kinds of wrong. Yeah, that's just temporary. That's why it's got all this temporary rubbish up here as well. And this thing in the bottom right, which doesn't make any sense. Another thing in your workshop, which I was only working on the last couple of hours to try and get the interface together because I've only got it working in code. So it'll be similar to AQ1 workshop, but with more options for stuff. So you can create weapons as well as modifications and ammo for those weapons. But say this only the last couple of hours work, so I haven't really got anything to show on that, so I'll do that for the next stream. Mainly it was just these drones, which is annoying me with its timing out. Yeah, so since the last stream, that's the bulk of the progress. There's been a lot of fixes, a lot of tweaks, and there's not a whole load that I can show you that I haven't shown you in the previous stream. So everything's being weird. Yeah, that seemed to work. Other things are working. I don't know. Development stuff, eh? So if there's anything you want to see, or if anyone had any questions, I will quite happily answer them. Bluish colour of AQ1 for void space. Yeah, that base here is going to be completely redone. I'm not even going to use this model, I don't think. I wanted it to be like a derelict kind of massive super carrier thing that you would do up, because you can move it. It exists in space. Yeah, so my base is here, and I thought if you had this big carrier thing you were working on, then you could move it around. WASD controls, they could be possible. I'd have to look into it, but in terms of supporting it, I don't foresee there being any major problems, unless it was like really laggy if someone mashed all the keys, but something I can look at. Yeah, at the moment the mouse control is like double click to move and stuff, and then on phone it's tap to move like AQ1. Oh yeah, the humps. So I changed the humps. Before you had to go to the station and like unlock a hunt, so you'd go.
Station is the center of the
Let's walk to Orion. Am I already in Orion? Where am I? No, I'm in Orion 3. You just walk there. Orion 1. Come on, ship. You know what? I think this is somewhat broken. I'm gonna give it a quick restart. Let's just restart the server here and see what's happened. Yeah, no, the server crashed. I can fix that now though. Let me just code that. Boom, right. 2 seconds. Let's get that back up. Right, server's just rebooting. Yeah, my keyboard's right next to my microphone, so you'll just get me hammering it. Wait for the server to restart. So, my server is actually a rack server behind me in this room, and I bought it for 200 quid off eBay, and it is rubbish. It's not like the live servers where they're actual proper servers, so it can be quite slow. And I've also got it really underclocked because it sounds like an aircraft carrier when the fans are going, so it's like running at I think like 1 gigahertz or something, but it's kind of fine for development. So if I had it actually clocked normal, yeah, I wouldn't be able to hear a thing working all day. Right, okay, server's back. Let me restart the game. Maybe we'll get some sound back again as well. Or maybe I just broke all the sound, I don't know. Okay. Fly around. Let's just try the drone scan again. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you'll scan, come up with a bunch of new available targets, and they expire in a certain amount of time. The little dots are the quality, so like that's like a 2-star quality gas cloud, means it'll take longer to get there, but you'll get more resources from it. I'm just going to read the chat. Yeah, I do have a rack server in the office. I used to run the development servers in the cloud, where the main servers are, but it just costs too much money, so I just eBayed a cheap server and I just turn it on when I need it. Yeah, I say in my office. My office is just a room in my house, so that's why it's behind me right now, because there's no other space in the house. Yeah, it does get warm. It does get warm also because I've got my main computer, which I'm running on now, the rack server behind me. I've got the chat for Twitch and whatnot on a Surface tablet next to me, and I've got another server inside the room, which is my like backup storage server. No, my house is not huge. This room doubles as a storage dump, so if I had a camera, you'd be surprised at how messy it is. But got a kid, got no space in the other rooms, so yeah, I just live in a mess. Oh, there you go, you can see them all flying through the asteroid field, dodging those asteroids. It's all working. Good little ships. Which I think the movement's quite nice, like fish.
Suppressed. AQ sec returning to fleet.
Oh yeah, in the summer it's awful. And my graphics card on this machine is also broken as well, so I have to underclock it or it crashes. And in the summer, yeah, just in the day I can't get anything done because the servers all die and I overheat. Live combat, yeah. All right, I'll just start shooting some stuff up. Right, let's go back to these hunts. That's what I was doing. Yeah, I'll show the hunt flow from before. So before you had to go warp to a station. Dock at a said station. And you had to go to mission services, and then you had to chat to someone in here and like get the hunt contract, and it was just a bit tedious. I've got some cool engine noise now. That's not annoying at all. Turn the voice off as well. So I didn't like that, so I changed it so that hunts just display on the map if you've got hunts. So hunt over here. Update this screen a little bit so you can see what your target is, what ship they've got, what ships support them, your reward, and like a combat grade, which is kind of like an indication of how strong you should be. So let's go there and get blown up because this ship is not equipped for anything. Just reading chat. A lot of PvE stuff. Have you played around with any PvP? Not a lot, no, because I'm solo on this. So I've got one mate who sometimes comes on and plays it with me for testing. But other than that, I've not done a lot of PvP, which I should do because I've got the cool wing stuff and I want to test the co-op type stuff out as well. Yeah, I just got wrecked there. Oh, AQ set coming in late. Great, thanks guys. Big weapons do less damage to small ships like Eve. Yes and no. So big weapons just have worse accuracy against small ships. So you could still use like tier 4 turrets on tiny ships. Just you're not going to hit them that often unless they're like target painted or whatever. I decide that's going to be. Yeah, so I just got wrecked there. RNG for the weapon hit stuff. Slightly RNG, yeah, but then it's based on ranges as well. So these red circles here are ranges. So each weapon will have a ideal range and then a maximum range. And within your ideal range, there's still a certain amount of RNG, but it's less. And then as you go towards your like maximum range, I guess it affects it more. Do you plan on giving battleships a chance in AQ2? Yeah, well, everything's going to be rebalanced because we've got more ship types as well. Because you can fly big trade ships and mining ships, so all the ships are going to have to be rebalanced. The layouts for all the ships are different as well because the way you fit ships is completely different with like your preset turret layouts and things. What's the biggest weapon in AQ2? Probably the E-nuke, because I like playing around with that. That's one of the like dumbfire weapons, like AQ1. So I mentioned in my last stream that some of the weapons, the projectile weapons, have changed. So they're either like homing missiles or instant hits. Because if you've got a battle with like 100 people and everyone's firing missiles everywhere, that's not going to run right if every projectile is like a real projectile which will collide with things. So a lot of things are kind of just homing missiles, similar to Swarm and AQ1, but like E-nuke is still a dumbfire weapon where it will fly in a straight line and collide with things and blow up. But there are also like AoE weapons like that are more dangerous in AQ2 because of how the battles work. So you fight on like an open battlefield, so if you're firing an E-nuke and you hit AQ security flying around, then you're going to aggro them and you're going to have problems. Let's just equip my ship. Oh no, I'm not in a marketplace. Ugh, I need to change that. So there's no market at this station, so I can't buy anything, which is annoying. Oh, because I'm at my home base and that's not done yet. Let's go buy some stuff. Will we have hull regen? Yeah, potentially. So there's no like repair costs like AQ1. It's just if your ship gets blown up, you're paid to have it back. So hull regen is possible. At the moment, you just repair it in the station for a small fee, but there's no reason why I can't have repair fittings and things like that that will actually repair hull as well as shields. Right, yeah, let's give this ship some equipment. Engine so that it can actually move. I think I've shown everyone the equipping stuff already. At the moment I'm just buying stuff off the market, like an NPC market, and shoving it on my ship. Let's go for AML. Let's get some drones as well, why not? The Hyperion is just my test ship at the moment, so it's equipped with auras and drones and everything. Yeah, so AoEs will still exist, they're just more dangerous. You gotta make sure that you're not firing into areas where AQ or other players are flying around. We got some swarms. And I'm going to modify my swarms with more damage, less range. Let's get another swarm. And let's put a modification on that as well. That'll do for now. Let's fly out with that. Okay, let's just have a look through chat. Would there be limits on how much healing a ship can receive a second, for example? At the moment, no. If you've got 5 people firing repair stuff at you, then you get repaired by that much. There's some stacking stuff in the game that I haven't quite worked out, like if several people have got auras and they're all overlapping you, I don't really want them to just stack like 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I'd rather be like 1 plus 0.9 plus 0.7 plus 0.5, kind of stacking so that they are less effective the more they are, because I think at the minute it's quite easy to break it. Let's go shoot some stuff. Let's try the raid. I think that might run. Yeah, so the diminishing returns of stuff like that, of status effects and things. I've not quite worked it out because it's kind of a hard one to explain in game. So we'll see. I've kind of just put a pin in that for the minute. Okay, there's a lot of ships here. I'm going to die again. Or not. Okay, yeah, I forgot I added that many AQ in. I think they're all allied with me. They're all blue, yeah. Okay. But I'm still getting targeted. Lovely, cheers guys. My new ship, boom. Oh, I need to spawn further away from those. There you go, there's some live combat. Are we getting any changes to swarm rockets? No. At the minute, they play like AQ1, so they fire and they can still hit asteroids and stuff. Although, they won't hit non-hostile targets. So, if you fire a swarm at a pirate that's next to an AQ sec ship and some asteroids, it will hit either the pirate or the asteroids. It won't hit friendly or neutral stuff. No, it will hit neutral stuff that's not a ship, like asteroids or debris and stuff like that. But otherwise, they're the same. But they can be shot down with AML in AQ2, which would have been cool to show you just now if I hadn't got wrecked immediately. This is why I test using a Titan. But yeah, in AQ1, Swarm can't get shot down. In AQ2, it can. So if you potentially had a ship or several ships with AML all on them, they could take down a load of Swarm. And it also distracts Swarm more in this. Sorry, no, it does distract more. it distracts the AML more. So if you've got someone firing missiles or javelins or whatever and a bunch of swarm, the AML can target the swarm and the missiles can get through. So there's some changes, yeah. Just gonna let this battle play out so you can kind of see some combat. This is how good the AI is that I've written, right? They just mob each other. Are NPCs way harder to kill in AQ2 than AQ1? Yes and no. In this instance, yes. As you can see, I just went in and got destroyed. But because you've only got one ship in AQ2, and you could start off with a Corvette, I wanted NPCs to be a little bit easier because you don't want to be going into a battle and just fighting like one Corvette. It'd be kind of boring. So you want to be going to a battle and fighting 3 or 4 Corvettes, like even as a new player. So chances are the NPCs will be slightly weaker, at least at the start. Like their Corvettes and things will be a bit weak. They're not weak in here, as you can see. Everything's getting destroyed. And that Invictor's stuck by a wreck. I know people have mentioned ramming damage and stuff. That would be a good case for ramming damage, or at least the ability to push these wreckages out of the way, because he is proper stuck. Something I can look into anyway. Any plans on ship mountable weapons that you can choose the direction of firing? Also, if you do a siege weapon like a rogue and if you want manually aimed. No on the direction of firing, at least not at the minute. Yes on manual aiming. So I'm working on like siege weaponry, which the big ships will have, and siege weaponry will be manually targeted. Like it'll be huge power up type, you know, this is going to take 10 seconds to fire type things that will either like blast a straight line or nuke a whole area. So yeah, I do want some manual aiming, but for your day-to-day aiming, you just click on the target and click your weapons. You like the idea of AI having worse intelligence when having weaker ships. In that case, give the AI all weak ships, and then I've got an excuse for the bad AI. AI is much more complicated in this one in terms of like what weapons and things they should fire, because the weapons are a bit more unique, especially when you get like engine dampeners and things, and the auras, like when should a ship turn that on, and ships being in a group here. So the grey lines here between the red ships mean they're all like one group, so they should in theory coordinate. They don't really, but they should. They will, put it that way. Maybe some spawn protection where you can't shoot instantly. There is some protection, like you can't fire your weapons outside of like the big regional stations. They're kind of protected areas. In terms of firing in other areas, AQ2 will get involved if there's timed out. AQ2 will get involved if you fire at other people in high security areas, and they will join you in attacking pirates in high security areas. Manually aiming the siege railgun from AQ1 would be great. Yeah, it would be great. That's why I'm doing it, because it's going to be awesome. And when I get round to it, I'll show you. I just need to make sure that I'm getting it right. I'm thinking it'll go up to that tactical view, and then you'll like do the aiming there or something. Don't know. Thoughts on tactical movement modules? Teleport you or your allies somewhere. In terms of teleporting, I can answer that because you can build warp gates for your corporation. So these little dots that are appearing here are auxiliary buildings, and you could just build an auxiliary building which is a warp gate, and that will allow your allies to warp directly to it from other warp gates. Other kind of more tactical modules I've got at the moment are things like the engine dampener, which is working, which will slow a target ship down. So there's more like status effective stuffs. If the game gets very large, would there be enough sectors for corps to have their own sectors, warp gates, etc.? Yeah. Yeah, well, I hope so. So at the minute, the map is like this, and this just for development purposes. So each of these little clusters around a star is a single area, and then you have sectors within them that each corporation can own. So if we go back to Orion, that's not owned by anyone at the minute, but you can see AQ Security own that one. They own that one. They probably own most of them because they wreck everyone. Let's see. Yeah, really bad example there because I think AQ Sec taking over everything. Yeah. So yeah, sorry. This is the core region you can see here. So each of these dots is a sector a corporation can own, and then I'm going to have like in a big area over here and up here and blah blah blah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of sectors, but I can expand the universe as much as I need. I just need to kind of figure out how many players do I think we're going to have, how many corporations. Also, a corporation might only own 2 or 3 sectors. Is that going to be cool, or do you want a corporation to own like 20 sectors? It's all kind of to do balancing stuff. We'll see. Could corps and alliance share warp gates, sectors, etc.? Potentially, yeah. So the alliance system is going to be different. The alliance and the war system. It's not done yet, but one of the changes I've got with that is war is more formal, and you can also have like a hostility kind of tag. So you can tag another corporation as hostile without declaring war on them, and then all of your friendly turrets and defenses and ships will start attacking them on sight, which I'll show you some more of in maybe a few weeks, I guess, before I can show you that. But yeah, there's some changes to that. In terms of alliances sharing stuff, however, I don't know. There's no reason why they couldn't. One of the things about AQ2 is that there's this world server running which controls what happens across all the sectors. It kind of orchestrates events and spawning and all that stuff. And it also has a real-time database of all the alliances, statuses, wars, and stuff like that. So it's easy to pull that information out, I think is what I'm trying to say, and do that kind of stuff. So long explanation, short explanation, yes. That stuff could be possible. You like the idea of having a corp flagship? Yeah, so do I, and it's on my list because I want corps to be more involved, not just capturing outposts and building stuff and getting financial reports. I want much more detail in there, which again, I could go into it, but it's not completely solid yet because I've got systems for like trade and production and stuff. I don't know, the Discord might have some notifications for things like that where I've been testing, where different sectors have different resource production based on various factors. It's kind of hard to explain without showing you, so I'm just going to wait until I can show you. But yeah, there's this whole trade production thing going on. That's why the planets are here as well, because planets can. Well, the planets should have tooltips over them actually. Zoom in a bit. I'm going to pop up. Planets are to do with production. I'm rambling now. Yeah, I'll show you later on. Would the corp flagship be flown by a designated player? By the corp owner? Probably be AI, at least to start with. I don't really have a facility for controlling other ships. So at the minute, yeah, it would probably just be AI kind of spawn, and then maybe have corporation officers tell it where to go. So you could say, send the corporation fleet to this sector or something like that. That kind of stuff would be possible. I'm not saying controlling it would be impossible, but it would be for now. Yeah, there's the Sigurus. Oh, I'm gonna get wrecked again. I forgot to equip my ship. Save me! Quickly, Doc. Yeah, so here you can just go, oh yeah, repair. But that's just to test stuff. That's not. I'm sure there was something else I was doing this week that I wanted to show people. I can't remember what it is. These little requisition orders are just random little events that will say a different station will want certain things supplied that aren't produced locally, and they'll give you a better value than the market. It's just a little extra thing. Is there? There's no market here, is there? No, so I can't buy anything here. Let's go out and let's try and kill some people while we're here. With my 2 little guns. Can we have court for yeah, in terms of ordering the corporation flagship around, I suspect it'll be kind of permission based, so certain officers and stuff can ask it to move. Thoughts on corp size limits? I haven't got any. I haven't got any at the minute. Too early to tell. I don't want to start off with loads in a corp because I don't like the corporation size limits that we have in AQ1. But then that goes right back to the start when the publisher thought it would be a good idea to up it to like 50, and then I think actually might have been higher than 50. Yeah, and I want to reduce it, but there's so many corps with like 50 people in that you'll have a bit of a panic trying to remove people from your corp, and that's yeah. Anyway, yeah, we'll determine that later. We'll see how it all plays out. The corporation stuff's cooler though than this one. I don't know if I've shown people the bank. You can set different wages for different people. So, like in AQ1, you just get a share of the corporation revenue. So in AQ2, you can say, well, members, let's just give them 1 credit. And then if your corporation has enough money each day, that's the payout these people will get. And you can donate as well to your corporation if you want to. Alright, that'll be docked. So one of the restrictions at the minute. Hey look, we've got sound. I don't know how long we've had sound for, I just noticed. I've been doing this all day, so my brain's kind of a bit fried. Is there compensation from a corp to players that need to repair their ship? No, at the minute, it's one way. You can donate to your corp, but your corp can't pay out to individuals directly. Maybe I'll do that in the future. In terms of the corp stuff as well, so whoever owns this sector, at the minute it's AQ sec, I should show that there, but it doesn't. They will get a share of all the bounty revenue that's generated here. So this ship here, this Corsair, it's got a bounty of 200, oh, I told you my brain's fried. 325 credits and chips. I'm deciding on the name. So if I destroy that, I'll get that minus a little share that will go to the corp. So corps holding really active piratey areas will get more revenue from bounties if people are going in there and blowing stuff up. But on the flip side of that, they'll have to maintain more defences there to protect from the pirates, so it'll cost more. Yeah, so they get a share of that, as well as all the revenue from buildings and stuff you own and mines and things, which I will show as soon as I can, because the corporation mine stuff's quite nice. Like, you'll actually see the mine in space, and the mine will actually dispatch little drones, and they'll fly out and mine asteroids and fly back in. It's like all actually like animated. My chat's gone super slow again. I'm just gonna jump jump out and take a look, see if it's working. Incoming keyboard noise. It is working. Right, ignore that. Back to the game. Could AI attack your stations? So yeah and no. So this like sector I'm flying around in now is running on the server, and it's like live, and these things are all happening. And if I dock and come back out, this fight will still be happening. But that's only for like a limited time. If the sector's idle and there are no players in it for a while, it shuts down because of server resources. In fact, it might have just shut down instantly. No, they're actually still fighting over there. Just couldn't see them. Yeah. I'll fly over there. So you can't really have the AI attack your stations while you're offline, because nothing's actually being run on the server at that point. But if you were flying around in the sector like I am now, and for some reason the AI wanted to shoot up your stuff, why not? Yeah, the minute I can dock to escape people, but in the future you'll have to like get closer, and it will take time. So it's not just like an instant getaway, but you could if you had enough time, just dock to escape. But then that can also be adjusted with like the corporation stuff, so you can't dock at like an enemy corporation's outpost, for example. So you couldn't fly into enemy space with a bunch of your mates, all dock, and then all come out at once. Could there be a combat timer? Yeah, you could do something like that. That could work. So yeah, if you've got anyone like hostile around you or something, or you've been marked as hostile by anyone, it could restrict you from docking for a bit. They're like hostility states are done. So you see these orange guys are labelled as like naturally hostile to you, and if I start shooting them, they'll become like actively hostile. Or if I got too close to them, they'll be actively hostile. So he should go red, and then all of his mates have gone red as well that were in his group. Blue are naturally allied with you, and grey are naturally neutral with you. Yeah, so that's that. Showed you the drones, showed you the new scanning stuff. Got a few bits and pieces to work on, but I'm going to do a stream every Wednesday, so I'm going to pick one of these things, get my head down, really focus on one thing, and then do a stream about that one thing the next week. Is Sucker's dead or stuck? He's stuck. Stuck on some astro. He is a big boy. That's not surprising for him to get stuck in there. So I'm going to wrap this up. Oh, he's escaped. Unless anyone's got any more questions. You had a question, but you forgot what it was. Cool. Next time then. Let's get rid of this. Boom. Out F4. Easy. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'll try and be a bit more awake for next week as well. Daughter's not been sleeping well, so I am a bit frazzled. Working all day and then trying to stream in the evening. Cool, yeah, alright. Cheers for chatting, everyone, and I hope it was good and you saw some cool stuff. I'm really excited about how this is going, so it's really nice to be able to show people stuff every now and then. Alrighty, bye!